Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I thought I'd come and wish you a wonderful day. I wanted to thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you want a private reading, do not hesitate to send me an email. And I thank you for your donation, your kind donations as well. I wanted to discuss I'm going to pull some cards, but I wanted to discuss the laws of the universe. For that is something that is completely unknown on this earth yet. For some people know already, have some ideas, but first, what do we call the universe? What is a universe? What we call a universe here is the totality of the physical manifestation of cosmic bodies. But from a spiritual point of view, this is the cosmos. The cosmos, there's only one cosmos. People are envisioning like parallel cosmos. There is no need for parallel cosmos. There is only one cosmos. But this cosmos is multidimensional. What we see of it is just a minuscule part of what it is in truth. And the universe, from a celestial point of view, for all I'm expressing is my own point of view, my own idea. Everything is just point of view, vision, ideas. From a celestial point of view, universe is a space domain. There are countless space domains in the universe. Even in this galaxy, we have our own local universe that's made of millions of stars. But it was created. Each universe is when God creates those universes, He creates a law that is perfect, that is eternal, that is unbreakable, that is unfiable, that is infinite perfection to guide it through the process of evolution all the way to completion. And there are many principles that guides. But then if we move out of that space domain, if we have like a ship and we move on and we go beyond our own local universe, we're going to come into a universe that's reacting to totally different laws. Because it is just the way each universe is created unique, and so this is our local universe, which is called Nebadon. Is a young universe, 500 billion years, so to speak, which is a lot older than all of them. I'm saying would be contradicting to what contemporary science, but we'll come to realize that most of our contemporary science in relationship to the universe is quite. There is a lot of illusions that are drawing to the matrix of consciousness. So we'll evolve our science and understanding. And so this local universe is a dark matter universe from the 0 point emerge the matter, antimatter that creates all of both the elemental, the cellular, the organic, the physical, the astral, and all of the 12th dimension. We live in a sub-universe that is 12-dimensional sub-universe. And this universe was created from a single point of light, and so the freedom always lies on the vertical axis. If we can steal our energy, and we can actually free ourselves from the vertical axis, which is not easy because from this single point of light, a pendulum was drawn. And the energy goes from right to left, from up to down, from joyful to sorrowful, from all the opposites, and until we can stop the pendulum. But some beings have come here. They realize that, and they decided to continue to control the matrix. They're going to pull the pendulum very high, and so it's very difficult to steal it. But so you want to steal the pendulum of time within yourself and stop it within others. From there will be a far more posed energy that will be able to, the light will be able to come down with a greater ease. And so our universe is a young universe. It is growing, it is evolving. We are part of that, and the law that governs this universe is eternal perfection, which is different than human laws. For human laws are imperfect, they're necessary, but they're imperfect. And a lot of the criminality that comes from why there is so many criminals in this world, there is two reasons. It's because the way the controllers have created the matrix, they based it on lack and with a great sense of desire, ego, consumerism. And so because there is this built up this consumerism, and at the same time there is this great deal of lack, some people are pushed to go against the law in order to attain the fulfillment of their ego desire. But this will soon end. We're going to move into the matrix of abundance. We're going to reduce this necessity for over-consumerism, and we'll be able to find a balance. For this great law of the universe, there was many beings that came into this planet trying to reveal that law, from Moses to the Buddha to Lao Tzu to the Christ to Muhammad, and many others. Everybody was like trying to help assist humanity understanding the law. Everything is about law. For becoming one with the law will free us, and there are countless principles. For the law will reveal, the heart will reveal that. The heart knows already, and to give guidance and understanding. And so there are a few principles that I can note right now. Those principles are unbreakable. They're absolute in relationship to our universe. And those principles, the first principles that is absolutely unbreakable is that you exist. You exist. There is nothing you can do about that. You exist. Even if you lose your body, you will see that you continue to exist in some other form. You were created by God, and you will always exist because you were created as an eternal being. And so this law is completely unbreakable. And if you were not to exist, the whole universe will not be what it is. We all need it in this universe. We all part of that. For the universe was created from love and consciousness. So that is the first principle, the principle of existence. There is nothing we can do about that. The second principle is nothing we can do about that either. Is that we are included within the life of God. Nothing and no one can exist outside of the law of one, of the great one, of God. Although some people may believe that, or they may try to break the connection, to seek to find some alternative way, but the law always include even those who are trying to separate themselves from it. So we are included. Life does not happen outside of us, it happens within us. And we are included within that life of God. The third principle, that's also something we can never change, is that all is one and one is all. God is made of God. God does not know anything else but himself, herself, itself. So it created everything from that. And so you are the God you seek. Be aware that your 3D beings is the manager, the CEO of your experience. It is not your soul or your spirit. So allow your ego, your individual self in this world to be more attuned to the soul, and slowly but surely allow your soul to be more present, to be more active, so that it will be more present within your body. But this law of one is an eternal law. It will never change. For all is one and one is all. Everything is an extension of source. We are all source. We are all extension of that source, and we are all part of that one. The fourth principle is the law of cause and effect. Everything we give, we'll have to receive. Sometimes the boomerang takes a long time. The energy takes a while for it to return to us. But it is inevitable that everything we produce eventually will be harvested. For it is also the law of attraction. And so it is the law of cause and effect, the law of attraction. And so this is also a principle. Everything we sow, we harvest. So sooner or later, for a long time, we do something in one incarnation, and it would take a while for it to return to us in a future incarnation. But times are being compressed and accelerated, so we're getting the cause and the effect a lot faster. So continue to cultivate love and let go of judgment, so that you can be free. The fifth principle I wish to express right now is the law of transformation. This also will never change. Everything in the universe is always shifting and transforming. Heraclitus was talking about that with his allegory of the river. The river remains the river. There remains the identity of a river, but yet when we come into the river, it's never the same river. It always changes. He also used the idea of a sacred fire and flame that burns within us. A flame is never the same. It's always changing and shifting, yet it remains the flame, the sacred flame, the sacred fire. And we need to call on, we invoke this fire of resurrection within us. There are other principles, and so this is and also everything is in eternal transformation, except these great principles, or except the source. God would never change, has never changed, will never change, for it holds the truth of infinity. And infinity can never be augmented or diminished. It is infinity. There are other laws, other principles, such as the law of grace. Like if somebody attacks you and bizarre circumstances and you kill someone that's trying to kill you, then the law of grace, there is no karma, it protects you. There's all kinds of principles. Another principle is that the law of unconditional love transcends the law of karma. For when there is a karma, if there is enough love will heal and balance the karma. And as we grow into our consciousness, we're going to discover more and more law. We're going to want to align with the law of that which is true, beautiful, and good, so that we can align with the law of one, to be somewhat subservient, to choose to relinquish to our own ego desire, to follow the way of the truth, the way of the great religion, the way of the heart, the way of spirituality. For all is was synchronized to bring us back to the source. So there are many other principles we will come to learn in due time, but already, so we already have all that we need. If we seek inside, we can find true joy, bliss, and liberation just from tuning in inside. Just this world has been created with some dark energies outside to distract us from that, but they will not. They will not succeed in this forced vaccinations or whatever. Those who are choosing to get vaccinated, send your love and light to them. They're going to need it for this. It should be clear right now that, and even if they would succeed in doing that, that would not satisfy their greed. They would want more control, more power. They will continue to. So there's going to be some. We need to come into our power before the higher beings can come and interact with us, and we need to come into our own power they have to allow this time for self-realization. For the situation is liberation. It will blow your mind. It is a release of tension. Very soon the stress and tensions will be released. It's going to feel good. For 2020, it's been a year of purification, and 2021 is going to be a return to peace and somewhat normality, the return to life. What goes around this situation is the cosmic carrot. We learn to follow the guidance, to follow whatever life is leading us to. What we see before us in our conscious mind is the chameleon. It is not a very secure position, but because we're not grounded, it's not a very grounding position, but that will change. We're getting our grounds. For now, it is the ability to adapt and blend into to be flexible in relationship to what life brings us. When we have in our subconscious the past, is the white lady, the mother of pearl. It is gloom, it is pessimism, it is dark. For this year has been really difficult. We're all very tired of that process, and traversing this storm is not easy. Right now the situation is the hot seat. We're getting into the seat of our I am presence. We're going to be seated in our I am presence. It's a seat of responsibility. It is the emperor. It is as long as we keep a spiritual direction, we have to manage this whole life, this body, this energy, and it's like we are the CEO of that great company, the company of heaven that is ministering for us as well. If we listen to the guidance, we should not judge. We should try to adapt, to become one with the law, one with the one. What's coming in the near future is the wish-fulfilling gem. It is the lovers. It is this beautiful, intimate relationship. It is all kinds of things that are coming to us. Our strength within the situation is survival. For now, we still have this dark matrix is being crumbled. So all the powers of survival will eventually we're going to move back into life, but we are forced to move into this. It is a great purification that is happening. For it is. Let's see what if we can find some other strength and power. It is the island of jewels. Keep your direction, your guardian angels, your star. You have a lucky star that guides you. Do not forget that, regardless of the challenges that can be facing you. What comes to us from the outside world is the rose garden. So it's like the rose is the most elevated flower on the frequency level, and it is very much about smelling the rose. A rose has many thorns, so we want to remove all the thorns so we can hold thorns would be the metaphor for our imperfection. As we remove that, we become more aligned with this, so there's going to be a bed of roses that's going to be opening before us. Like after all this nightmare that we've been through, we're going to move into there's a potential to move into a life that is a fairy tale, that is beautiful, a fifth dimensional, ecstatic, joyful experience. What comes to us from our hopes and fears in our inner emotion, it is the joker, it is the freedom of fear. How wonderful is that? It is the quantum leap. It is all very magical. For once fear has been discharged, it's going to be a great deal of we're going to be able to love and enjoy life. And the outcome is slay the ego. All the egos will be slayed. Some people will not be able to stay in this world. We have to be prepared for many members of our friends and family. Some of them will not be ready to move into this new world, and so they might leave the planet. So and it's also not a letting go of all those things that are no longer necessary, and then we're gonna find amusement, a lot of fun and joy. So it's about rejoicing, but trust that all those who need to leave will leave and will be received in heaven and will continue their path on the three-dimensional planet. We're passing really through this great storm, and we're going to very soon be able to relax and regenerate. For the ecstasy can be found through the breath, through focusing on the inside. And this is really what advanced civilization have discovered. Most of them did not have all those dark contrast around them that trying to push them into some kind of madness or whatever. For cosmic love that we seek carries a higher intelligence, and this cosmic love has also, light is information, light is intelligent, it is this like supreme intelligence. This intelligence is so intelligent sometimes we don't understand it, but we have to trust that. And when our love connects to the love of others, it creates an effusion. So it's like continue to cultivate that love for in the visible, but there was also all kinds of invisible sources. Call on the great mothers, whether it is Isis, or it is Mother Mary, or it is Gaia, or it is Sophia, the great mother of the universe. For they will be able to provide comfort in those difficult times. Whenever you need, you go into meditation, you call on, you tune in, you invoke those powers. And the flame of resurrection, you want to call on that. We all connected to an ascended dragon that is the keeper of our sacred fire, and to invoke this power of resurrection, this sacred fire. And we want to call on him for healing this dragon, and to utilize the violet fire to purify it. For fear will soon be eradicated. And so, because the planet has been recalibrated, she's safe and free to move on to the ascended self. So you want to feel it in your heart, and to stay on the highest frequency of love you can maintain as much as you can, and to continue to utilize the violet fire for purification. And there is also another order that you belong to already, for all. For we all belong to that universal order of the Melchizedek. Melchizedek are super teachers. They have the seniority in sonship in the universe. They were the first created sons of the universe at the beginning, and then they were trained, and they are. They are the ones who educate and train the angels before they are sent into missions. They are the teachers of the spiritual realm, but they're also the teacher of all realms, for they are universal logos, and they are Melchizedek receivers here on the planet. We can tune into them, you can ask them for guidance, for they will always be able to provide guidance regardless of our spiritual level. They're very adaptable that way. And so I'm going to sing a song. It's going through my mind. It's a song about to say, well, we're only human. We have this, sometimes we have to be tolerant within ourselves, for ourselves. It goes like this. Baby, you understand me now. Sometimes I feel a little mad. Don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you've seen some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. You know, sometimes, baby, I'm so carefree with joy that it is so hard to hide. And then sometime it seems that all I have is worry, and then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. If I seemed edgy, I want you to know I never meant to take it out on you. Life has its problem, and I get my share, but that's one thing I never meant to do, 'cause I love you. Oh baby, don't you know I'm just human? Don't you know I've got my fault like anyone? Sometimes I find myself alone and regretting some foolish thing, some simple things I've done. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I may have to rehearse that one a little bit, but it's been sang by so many people, and I thought it was the Animals that made the first version of that, for the most famous maybe Santa Esmeralda, but actually it was actually made for Nina Simone, who was a great concertist, classical concertist pianist. But at her time, a black lady could never be allowed to be a concertist, so she had to turn into blues and jazz and sang West End God, because she left those beautiful songs, a wonderful voice. And so please don't let me be misunderstood. Sometimes we are misunderstood, but it doesn't really matter. We want to be true to ourselves, to stay tuned to that. And the card of the day is chaos and conflict. For that means that there may be some more chaos that will come. That is a prefiguration of the divine order, of the just order. For when we tune into that 0 point within ourselves, all the photon, all the energy, all the thoughts, they all come into alignment. For that, our higher self knows, God knows. So if you don't know something, just ask God to do it with you, or to show you the way, and everything will unfold. So I thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.